Hello everyone and welcome to ShopSaver's Milestone 3 video demo where we'll showcase our application. And without further ado, let's just get started. So this is the main page of our ShopSaver app, and the user can click on Get Started for them to be brought to the login page. And at the moment in time, I will just show you what happens when you click on the Create Account feature. So when you click on Create Account, you'll be brought to a page whereby you can create an account. And these are like the validations that we have to key in to successfully create an account. So for example, the username has to be at least 8 characters, the user has to type an email, and the user has to enter a password of at least 10 characters as well. So as you can see right here, these are the current accounts that I've used to test. So I'll just show you what happens when I create a new account. So let me show you when I enter invalid fields first. So maybe let's say this is maybe just ABC, ABC, and just ABC. When I try to create an account, they'll tell me that I have an invalid field. So let's just try to enter perhaps valid emails and valid passwords first. So I'll just call this a testing account, gmail.com. And the password, I'll key one with at least 10 characters, so maybe password 123. But for the username, it's gonna be invalid, so I'll just keep it as ABC. And when I try to create an account, it'll tell me that it's invalid still, because I do not have at least 8 characters. So now let's try and put in 8 characters. So I'll just call it testing account. But for this email field, I will not put in any email at all. So it's going to be an invalid email. And when I try to create an account again, it says it's invalid as well. So I don't need to have a correct email that I have to enter right here. And for the password, likewise, let's just test something that is invalid. So something that is just 3 characters. And when I try to create an account, you can see that it's still invalid as well. So let me just enter example password, so be password 123, and that is 11 characters. So by fulfilling all the 3 conditions, it should let us create the account. As you can see right here, the account has been created, and we have been brought to the home page of our application. So if you take a look right here, when I refresh this, you can indeed see that I do have the account created, which is called testing account at gmail.com. So after that, when you click on this triple dot right here, then you can sign out, and you'll be brought back to the main page. So let's just show the login page right now. So for the login page, as you can see, these are the accounts that are currently functioning. So let me just show what happens when I type in something that is incorrect. So maybe let's say hello Bobby at gmail.com and just a random password. As you can see right here, the account doesn't exist. So when I click on login, it will show that authentication has failed, and that's an invalid account. So what I need to do is to actually enter a valid account. So let me just use back testing account at gmail.com, and this will be likewise the account that I created just now, which is password 123. And when I click on login, then you can show that it indeed logs my user in with when the user enters correct credentials, and I brought back to the home page. So basically, there are 3 features available, which is the tracking list, the searching ability, as well as the user guide. So let's just show the searching function right here first. So for ShopSaver searching function, we provide the user with 3 platforms, being Amazon, QO10, as well as Lazada. So you can click on one of them or all of them. So it depends on which platform that you want to use. So let me just show you an example. When I click on biscuits and I search for Amazon, as you can see, the results that I get back will be all from Amazon. And these are the products regarding biscuits in Amazon. And for example, if let's say I go to perhaps QO10 and I click on Lazada as well, and I click on search, you'll see that I'll get platforms from Lazada. And if you continue scrolling down, you'll see that I also get platforms from QO10 as well. And these are the products that are related to biscuits. So maybe now let's just try searching for toys from Amazon. There you can see that we indeed get products regarding toys from Amazon. So now going back to my biscuits example, let's just try out to just search biscuits in Amazon first for simplicity's sake. And now I'll show what happens when you click on go to item. So let me just click on the first product right here. So when you click on go to item, you'll be brought to a page whereby you can see the image of the item, the name of the item, as well as the price. Over here, you have two choices available. First is to add an item to track, and second is to go to item. So what the go to item does is that it can actually bring you to the browser and actually tell you what, and actually you can visit the browser to buy the item itself. So for example, when you click on go to item, then you are actually brought to the page whereby you can actually purchase the item. So this will aid in the user experience. So let me just go back to the application now. So the other thing is add item to track. So what this does is that, for example, in a situation whereby the price isn't to your liking, you can add the item to track first, so that the next time you can check whether futuristically speaking, the item price will match your expectation. So in this price expectation field, you are required to add price dollars. So it will actually validate whether you actually do so or not. So for example, if I click on, if I type a string, which is not a price, and I click on add, they will tell me to enter valid numbers. So the only way it can actually be successful is for me to enter valid numbers inside. So for example, if I click on 250, which is a valid price number, and I click on add, then it shows me that it's successfully added. As for the close button, what it does is that it's just simply a toggle for me to toggle between adding the item to track and going to the item. So it kind of aids in the user experience. And if you go to the database itself, so let me just show you inside the database, and we see products. You can just see that the item was added. So all time assorted biscuits. And this is indeed labeled with the correct email that I entered. This was just an example that I tested previously. So you can see that it indeed adds the item into the database. So for example, let me just search for another product. So maybe let's say pizza, for example. And I want to purchase it from Lazada. So these are the items related to pizza in here. So let me just add another item. Okay, so let me test out the go to item again. And you can see that I'm already brought to the page whereby I can purchase the pizza from Lazada. So let me go back to the application. And when I click on add item to track, likewise, let me just enter a price, for example. So maybe let's say, for an example case, I'll just type in a value higher than the price that I want to purchase, so that I can show you what happens later. So let me just click on add, and you can see that it is indeed added to my database. So now let me show you what happens for the tracking list feature. So when you click on tracking list, you'll be brought to a page whereby you can see the items that you are currently tracking. So similar to the search activity result, you can see the name, the platform, the price, and the price expectation that you wish to purchase the item for. So let me just explain what this red and green color mean. So for the red color, what this means is that the current price of the object is actually higher than your price expectation. So this is just like a visual cue to tell you that you will probably not purchase the item at all. But for the green color one, it means that the current price is lower than your price expectation. So this is just a visual cue to aid you in seeing what are the items that you currently meet your expectation, so that you can potentially go and buy them. And likewise, the go to item here is just a built-in feature for you to actually visit the item on the browser. So as you can see right here, it indeed brings me to the page. So over here in this page, the user can edit the price expectation as well. So for example, if let's say currently the price is $3, so maybe let's say I want to change my expectation to $2, and I click on edit, you can see that it actually does reflect itself. And when I visit the document, you can see that the price expectation has indeed changed, because it's now $2. Likewise for over here, if I click on, maybe instead of buying it assuming an expectation of $5, let's just put in a value lower now, so below $4.90, so maybe let's say $4.50. And when I click on edit price expectation, then you can see that it indeed does reflect. So currently the color doesn't change, but if you exit and go back to the tracking list, Then you can see that indeed the color has changed because the price expectation that I want to purchase the item for is now lower than what is the current price. So it's a visual cue that I shouldn't and am not able to purchase the item. So other than that, you can also delete the item as well. So if you click on delete item, for example right here, then you can see that it's indeed deleted from our database and there's only one item left. Okay, so now let me just show you what the update button does for the tracking list. So for example, when I go to, I just deleted everything. So actually what it will show is that there's no products added to track. So for example, let me just go to add something regarding biscuits again for Amazon. So maybe perhaps, okay, let's just add the Oreo one. Maybe let's just put in a price specification of maybe $2 perhaps. Yeah, edit. So now if you go back to the database, you can see that the item is indeed there and doesn't meet my expectation. So what the update button does is that you actually help me to fetch the latest prices from the products. So it's a bit hard for me to test this since I need to actually have older prices first. So what I will do is that I'll actually just change the price right here. So we'll just put it to be perhaps $2. I mean, okay, let's say 150. And I can update. Then you can see that it indeed updates it right here. So when I go back to the page, you can see that the price does reflect 150 right here, and it meets my expectation since it's below $2. So when I click on update, then it will fetch the latest price of the product. As you can see right here that it indeed updates itself. So it's actually $220 right now, and which is indeed the price that we checked just now. And you can see that it indeed updates itself here as well. You can see that it now shows $220 and it no longer meets the expectation of $2. So this is basically what the update button does. So when I go back and I click on user guide, basically the user guide is just a place for me to display information about the application. So when I click on search, then you can tell me what the search does, the add, as well as the track. So basically it's just an explanation of the 3 features that I have. And when I click on the home button, then it brings me back to the home page, as you can see right here. So now let's just talk about the password related features. So currently let's just try a change password. So the original password is required for the user to type in as well as the new password as well. So let me just give an example. So perhaps the original password, I type something that is wrong. So perhaps just ABC. And I type a valid new password as well. So perhaps password maybe. And when I try to change password, you can see that authentication has failed because that is not my original password. So it needs to be password 123, which is the password of this account. And as for the new password, it requires my user to type in at least 10 characters as well. So if I type in something such as ABC123, I try to change my password, it will tell me that my new password is not at least 10 characters, which is one of the validations. So it needs to be at least 10 characters as well. So perhaps something like password. And when I do that and I click on change password, then you can see that password has been changed successfully, and it will bring me back to the home page. So when I click on sign out now, and let me just try to log in again with the same account. So testing account at gmail.com. Now the original password was password 123, and now when I try to log in with that, you can see that authentication has failed because I have changed the password. So now it needs to be password right now. And now when I click on login, you can see that it indeed works, and I brought back to the home page. Now let's just handle the, so for testing purposes, let me just create another account so I can show like actually it's like the products will be different. So maybe let's just say I create a new account. So maybe begin and a Gmail account, and likewise we just password 123 and I create the account right here. So let me just try to just add something to the tracking list, so maybe from Q10 this time. So when I search it, let me just add this item to track, for example. So $7, and I just add it. And now when I go back, you can see that my tracking list only displays the item that this user is tracking. So if let's say I were to sign out and I go back to the account that I created just now, so testing account at gmail.com, password, and I log in. When I go back to the tracking list, you can see that the items that the user is tracking is indeed tagged to the user's account. So yeah, so let me just explain one last feature, which is the forget password. So in the event that you forget a password, all you have to do is to enter your Gmail, the email account that you sign up with, and you click on send. Once you have done that, a verification link will be sent to the email, and it will revert back to the login page. And should you go and check your Gmail page, you can see that there is indeed a way for you to reset your password right here. So when you click on it, you can follow the link to reset your password. So over here, just click on the link right here, and we can reset our password. So maybe for this case, let me just put password abc123. You can see right here, password abc123, and I click on save. So I can now sign in my new password. So let me just try to sign in again. So previously my password is actually password123, if I remember correctly. And now when I try to log in with this, you can see that authentication has failed because I've actually resetted my password from the email. So now if I type in the actual password itself, so password abc123, and I click on login, you can see that I'm already authenticated. So the forget password feature does work. So actually that's basically it for the app demo, and yeah, thanks for watching.